The most important thing to hold in your mind if you want to write 50,000 words on a novel in November is this. You are writing 50,000 words of crap. Stay tuned to understand why that is so important.
Distinctions for Life, helping you get what you really want in life with small changes that make a big difference.
Welcome to Distinctions for Life, where I help you get what you really want in life with small changes that make a big difference. I'm your host, Ron Davis. If you would like more advice, visit my website at distinctionsforlife.tv. This is the first episode in our series on NaNoWriMo. In the month of November, I'm competing in the National Novel Writing Month, better known to the cool kids as NaNoWriMo. I'm not a published novelist, so I'm not going to be giving you tips on how to construct the next great American novel. Rather, I'm a productivity expert and I will give you tips on how you can actually finish the month with 50,000 words. Most of the tips that I'm going to give apply to any writing project. So even if you aren't doing NaNoWriMo, you should still benefit from this video. I already created a video on all the things that you need to get done before you start writing. It came out in the middle of October and you probably want to watch it if you haven't already. I remember sitting down in front of a blank screen in Scrivener and thinking, what am I doing here? I don't know how to write. This whole idea is crap. I'm not good enough to write a novel. And I knew this was true because I had looked at what I had written before and it sucked. The clock was ticking. Time to write was slipping past and I wasn't pressing any keys. And then I remembered something that I had heard. When you are writing a first draft, you are writing 50,000 words of crap. Then I turned off my critical brain and just put words on the page. Some people say that you have 10 to 20,000 words of shit that you have to get out before the good stuff shows up. The sooner you start writing, the sooner you get past the crap and to the good stuff. When I first heard of National Novel Writing Month, I thought it was ridiculous. Who can write an entire novel in 30 days? That was stupid. Having now read Robert Heinlein's biography and Stephen King's memoir, I know that some people can write a novel in 30 days. It is still a daunting task for a newbie, and here's a secret. You aren't writing a novel in those 30 days. You're writing the first draft of a novel. And depending on your genre, 50K probably isn't a novel. So forget all the reasons that you can't do it and commit to writing 50,000 words of crap in November. You can edit in January. There is a concept in psychology called Convergent versus Divergent thinking. These are two sides of the same coin of problem solving. And just like a coin, you can't show both sides at the same time. Convergent thinking is taking lots of opinions and narrowing them down into the best option. It is focused on ignoring or removing solutions that don't work and putting all of your energy into the stuff that is the best. Now in writing, that's editing. That process finds just the right word. That gets rid of unneeded words, scenes, characters, etc. Now divergent thinking, on the other hand, is the process of coming up with lots of possible solutions to a problem. It focuses on generating ideas, trying new things, and creating. That is what you need to do in November. Turn off your convergent thinking and play with your story. Side writing tip that I used in 2017. Sometimes I'd finish a scene and not know what to write next. I knew where the story and the characters needed to be very soon, but I didn't know the parts in between. So I just skipped it and wrote the next thing I knew. This accomplished keeping me moving. I could always come back and write what was needed in the middle. I found a couple of interesting phenomena doing this. Sometimes I discovered that I didn't need any intervening scenes. I could just have the characters refer back to what happened in the missing space. Second, once I wrote the follow-up scene, I often got much clearer on how to get there. NaNoWriMo has a number of pep talks from authors on their site. I read one the other day from V.E. Schwab, and this stuck out to me. Once you have something, you can make it better. The only thing you can't fix is a blank page. Her words really stood out to me. Right now, the story in your head doesn't exist on the material plane. It is only by your writing it that it will exist. Only by sitting down every day and typing out 1,666 words will it be born. Like all babies, it will be smushed, covered in blood, sweat, and who knows what else. It will be beautiful to its mother and an ugly little monster to everybody else in labor and delivery. But they too will be happy it is there because it is alive. And once it is born, you can help it grow into its greatness. But for now, you need to make sure it gets born. Take your prenatal vitamins, get some exercise, and write those words every day. Question of the day: what are you writing this month? Leave a comment below about your NaNoWriMo novel. I'll also put a link to my Nano page so that you can see what I'm writing. Thanks for watching today. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. This channel is all about helping you get what you really want in life with small changes that make a big difference. Until next time, I'm Ron Davis. All right, we seem to be there. I remember sitting down in front of a blank screen in Scrivener and thinking, what am I doing here? Like all babies, it will be smushed and covered in blood. I knew where the story and the characters needed to go. And that's all right. My nose itched anyway.